What is happening, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Irish Football Pod. We are coming fresh off a visit to SouthBend, where Connor and I attended the spring game. So we're going to have some talks about the spring game and also recruiting updates. It's been a busy week of recruiting, so we'll hop into that too. Connor, hey man, what's happening?
Nothing much, man. Just getting back to the work grind and just super happy and thankful that we were able to make it up to the spring game and also hang out with family. It was a good trip up to the South Bend. So super thankful.
Yeah, the weather was perfect for the game. Got to see some family. Like it could not have been a better trip. Happy to be in South Bend and looking forward to getting back there, possibly for another game this year. So, looking forward to that. But yeah, man, overall spring game. That was the first spring game I've ever been to. Started off with a little 7-on-7, which I thought was interesting, and they let Blake Hebert go out there first, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, but overall, what were your impressions? What did you think of the spring game for 2025?
I honestly really enjoyed it. I really thought the preparation for it, you could tell that they kind of had it set up more of like a practice rather than a scrimmage, which I enjoyed. Limit injuries from happening. You're still 4 months away from the actual season. You don't want anything bad to happen. You got a lot of good talent on the field, a lot of young kids that were making some big plays. Um, Physicality stood out to me. We looked like we just wanted to play on a just big stage like that. But it's just a spring game. But we wanted to showcase some of the younger guys, and we saw that on both sides of the ball, so it was cool.
Yeah, some of the younger guys. I thought Elijah Burris had a really good day. Warming up, we saw Jadon Blair. He kind of looked a little banged up. He was a little gimpy going through warm up lines. So I was hoping we were going to see a little bit more of him, but he's probably got some sort of leg injury or some type of tweak.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I thought the intentionality of the game was there. Like this, you can just tell this team's locked in. We're 4 or 5 months away from the season. They saw this as an opportunity to get on the field, play at full speed. Obviously, we want to keep everybody healthy, but like I just like the mindset of this team, and you can really tell the program and the team. It's catching on. Like Freeman's identity of just overall program, it's solidifying itself each and every day. So you can really see it.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say that was one of my big takeaways from it as well. Seeing the camaraderie between each position group. Every all the players were with their position group, just dapping each other up, coaching each other up, just going through the motions. Having fun. At one point we saw, because our seats were so good, we were at like the 45-yard line, about 15 rows up, and at one point we saw pretty much all the secondary players come in front of us, and you could just see their vibes. They were just having fun, um, taking it all in. The young guys were right with the veterans, just you know enjoying their time as a college athlete at Notre Dame, and that was just really cool to see.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Like a lot of the prior teams with Kelly and stuff, it didn't even seem like the guys were having fun. It seemed like a job to them. It seemed a little bit like, taxing. And of course it's taxing, but you could just see like they weren't enjoying themselves
Fully
sometimes.
bought in.
Freeman, yeah, fully bought
Sometimes,
in.
sometimes never fully bought in. Mhm.
Freeman's teams, they just look like they're having fun out there. Like, and that's what the game is about. At the end of the day, it's a game. They got to play it at the highest level to have success that they want to have. But at the same time, it's still a game. You still got to play it. And I honestly believe when you are having fun with football or basketball, whatever sport you're playing, when you're having fun, that is
Mhm.
what allows you to play at the best of your ability and at the fastest that you can. You're not thinking, you're just playing for fun.
And to
Uh,
get to your highest potential,
yeah.
that's what
So,
we're chasing right now. It's just like the culture. We've talked about it in pretty much every video that we've started. Like, it comes back to the culture, and
yep.
you see it. You see it through in from top to bottom. You see it. Just it's great to see, and it's really changed since Freeman got there. You can just see the writing. The writing's on the wall. The man has the blueprint. He's said it himself. He has the blueprint to win a title. Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time, man. Like they're working on it every day, and you can tell. So, uh, quarterback wise, everybody's kind of been saying it. CJ, he he just splashed. He had the most passing attempts. He had the most completions. He did throw that pick, but ultimately, I don't know. It's
It's a good
the
play
way
by
he was
Mitch, that one.
the way the way he was placing the ball, his accuracy. eh, I don't know. He looked the best to me. CJ obviously, or Kenny obviously looked pretty good too. Had a run in touchdown, threw the ball pretty well. But dude, I came away from that even more convinced that it's got to be one of those two.
Oh, 100%. That's no shot at Steve at all. Everybody, pretty much the whole fan base appreciates Steve. He's been that guy that has stuck through everything, and I think he's going to continue to do that. I personally don't see a transfer happening. We can talk about that a little bit more. But back to the overall play of the QBs. To me, I felt CJ had the best command of the offense. And it seemed like he just stepped in and he was leading more than just going out and showcasing, his talent. He just knew the plays. Um, I'd say, all the QBs kind of need to work on their pocket presence. There was times when they got touched. I know the O line was, you know, um, not the one that'll be starting, but um, just, be a little bit more quicker on the reads in their pocket. I think all of them could work on that, but not to be too critical over spring game. But again, I just think CJ had the best overall command and demand with the offense.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And it is nothing against Steve. Like if he decides to stay, like man, what a valuable asset that he would be in case we need him, right? But I just don't think that the ceiling is as high for Kenny and CJ. And we talked about this before. The whole rest of the team is in such a good spot. Now is the time to go with a young guy because
Mm-hmm.
if anything happens, a couple mistakes here and there, the rest of the team is so solid and so well built that we can afford those mistakes from QB where maybe in years past that wasn't the case, but I do think this is the time to pull the trigger. Go with a young guy and let's freaking just sling it around and ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I I firmly agree with that. And one thing a couple things that are gonna ultimately help out whoever's picked to be QB1 is our defense and our offensive line, specifically those two things. But then also the skilled players that are around the QB. We've got 6 running backs to hand it off to. We're gonna have J Love in the slot more. Um, Malachi Fields isn't even on campus yet. There's guys that are going to be in this offense that we didn't even see in the spring game. It's like we're going to be explosive and we're going to be hard to stop.
Yeah.
So
I,
Miami,
I
I saw a post that Miami somewhere on Twitter. They said, "Oh, our players are going to be able to eat on this side," and it wasn't even. It was like our third string tackle. But that's not who's going to be playing right there. So
Yeah, at the end of the day, Miami can say what they want. We finished second. We're one game away from a title. So, you know, they've got a long way to go before they come talking about playoff runs and we're going to get you on that side. So, I heard those things too. They we'll see what happens in uh, late August, early September. So, yeah, man. Outside of that, recruiting, what do you got for us in that department?
well, it's definitely on the uptick, to say the least. There for a while, um, most people knew that we were still acquiring a staff and putting together a recruiting staff to be able to recruit. And once all those positions got solidified, you saw momentum instantly start to change. And that's what happens when you make it that far and you have that big of a turnover on that side of the table. It was going to take time. I mean, you had momentum because Freeman, he was doing recruiting. Um, but once all the staff was solidified, we had a lot more visits starting getting set. We've already gotten 5 new commitments in the 26 class, and 3 of them are in the top, 300. So, I mean, credit to Al Washington, uh, Rodney, and Tuade. What his
Ebenezer.
name is? Ebenezer. Yeah, he he's cooking, man. And I've heard we got a couple more on the way. So, dude, it's recruiting's on a
We
really,
yeah. We
really
not only
big
got
heater
the
right now.
we not only got the defensive line guys, we got the speed at receiver. We got a couple running backs on the board that have imminent commitments. So you got Osborne that's committing on May 5th, I think, or May 3rd.
Third,
Um,
yep.
so dude, it's really ramping up, and I think you're right. As soon as the coaching staff got solidified and we had those pieces in place, that's when we could get back to work and actually, it's not that we weren't recruiting, it's just we were having turnover with our staff. So,
Hmm.
playing the longest season that's ever been played in our program and in any program, it's history. It just took a little time. That's fine. We're up to number, I think, 5 in the 2026 class. So we've jumped up a lot just in the past couple weeks. Now that momentum is there. Keep building on it. Like let's get Freeman like his first top 5 class and really like make this push into the next few years. So
Hmm.
kind of I love the way that's trending for sure.
Yeah, if we're able to go out and get uh, like the 5 or 6 like top guys that are still on the board, ooh, it's gonna be a really good one. Talking about Caden Finley, Braden Robinson, Joey O'Brien, Osborne. I mean, those are top tier talents. Those are the difference makers, you could say, when you get to those playoff games. You need players like that, and yeah, the more of them, the better. Obviously.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, things are trending up, dude. The energy was good in South Bend. A lot of people at the spring game. It was a really nice day, so I think that definitely helped bring people out.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, the energy's up, recruiting's up. We've got May, June, July, August, September. We've got a little over 5 months, and we will be playing football. So interesting too. I know that we were going to have a couple additional practices after the spring game, like
Hmm.
how the dates worked and everything this year. The spring game wasn't the last official practice for spring, so we'll see. We'll see what else comes um, out of camp from those extra couple practices, and then I think the transfer portal window opens tomorrow. So for the spring portal, so it's going to be interesting to see as we finish up those last couple practices. Of course, there's going to be moves. Like there's going to be people that enter. It's just a matter of who is it, what position group are they coming from, and are they young guys? Are they old guys? Obviously everybody will be looking at the QB potential for transfers there, just depending on how things shake out. But we'll see how it goes. That's going to be an interesting day tomorrow to see who jumps in the portal.
Yep, yep. And it's just going in the summer. There's going to be more movement. That's college football nowadays. So, but either way, I know Notre Dame's going to be in a pretty strong position heading into the season.
Yep. Yeah, man. All right. Well, anything else? Anything else before we sign off for the day?
Um, no, just want to say thanks again. If we met any of you guys that have watched our shows up in the Bend while we were there, it was it's a great day. Couldn't have asked for anything better. And man, I'm just excited for this future of this team. I just, man, I'm just stoked. I'm stoked.
Yeah, 2025 is going to be a fun, exciting year. A lot of different changes on the team, but also a lot of things that might stay the same. Hopefully, what stays the same is that that winning column. We had a lot of wins last year, and that was a heck of a ride. So, yeah, dude, we're gonna keep this stuff coming. We actually got a transfer portal episode coming out here in the next couple days, so we'll have some stuff for you for the rest of the week. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, go Irish.
Go Irish.